apart from that, what is the second property about generic servlet, guys? Yes, apart from that, the second property about generic servlet is that generic servlet does not support session. Generic servlet does not support session. So guys, now can you please tell me what do you mean by session? Very good, guys. So what do you mean by session means? What do you mean by session means? Any activity which takes place between the start time and the stop time. Any activity which takes place between the start time and the stop time is known as session. Correct? Super. Apart from that, according to syntax, basically generic servlet is what? Yes, according to syntax, basically generic servlet is considered to be an abstract class. According to syntax, basically generic servlet is considered to be what? An abstract class present in which package? Present in Java X dot servlet package. Present in Java X dot servlet package. Correct? Yes, super. So guys, now the next question for all of you people is that this abstract class called generic servlet totally contains how many methods in it? Yes, think and answer, guys. So guys, now this abstract class called generic servlet totally contains three methods in it, out of which one is an abstract method and the other two are concrete methods. One is an abstract method and the other two are concrete methods. So guys, now can you please name the abstract method present in generic servlet? Yes, so now the abstract method which is present in generic servlet is named as service method. So guys, now please tell me, is it mandatory to override the service method? Yes. So guys, now can you please tell me why is it mandatory to override the service method? Yes, so why is it mandatory to override the service method? Because since service method is the only method, which takes a parameter called servlet request and servlet response, which is responsible for processing the client request, Correct? All are clear? Yes, super. So guys, now the next question for all of you people is this, that is, now please tell me, the other two methods are what here? Yes, so the other two methods are init method and destroy method. Where overriding these two methods are what? Where overriding these two methods are optional. Why? Because since these are concrete methods. Correct? Okay, super. So guys, now coming to HTTP servlet. Super. First question, why the name called HTTP servlet? So guys, now tell me, Why the name called HTTP sublet? Yes, so why the name called HTTP sublet is because since it is specific to a particular type of protocol called HTTP protocol, hence the name called HTTP sublet. Apart from that, what is the next property of HTTP sublet, guys? Apart from that, the next property of HTTP sublet is that HTTP sublet supports session. HTTP sublet supports session. So guys, now according to syntax, basically HTTP sublet is what? Exactly. According to syntax, HTTP sublet is again an abstract class which is present in javax.sublet.http package. javax.sublet.http package. So guys, now can you please tell me this abstract class called HTTP sublet contains what? Exactly, guys. This abstract class called HTTP sublet contains only concrete methods without any abstract methods. Only concrete methods without any abstract methods. So, in case of HTTP sublet, we have to override which method? Yes. So, in case of HTTP sublet, we have to override a respective concrete method. We have to override a respective concrete method called doxxx method. For a particular type of HTTP request. For a particular type of HTTP request. So guys, now can you please tell me totally how many types of HTTP requests are known to you? Yes, very good, guys. Totally there are 4 different types of HTTP request present. Namely, the first one is what? Yes, namely, the first one is called post, second one is called get, the third one is called put, fourth one is called what? Delete, fifth one is called what? Trace, sixth one is called what? Option, seventh one is called what? Head, and the eighth one is called what? Connect. Eighth one is called connect. Okay, super. So guys, now the next question, which is again the most important question for all of you people, is that what are the properties to be configured? What are the properties to be configured for a sublet in web.xml? I repeat the question once again for all of you people, guys. What are the properties to be configured for a servlet in web.xml? Super. So guys, all of you please remember this. This is what you people have already seen previously also. Each and every servlet must be mandatorily configured with how many properties in web.xml? Means each and every servlet must mandatorily be configured with 3 different properties in web.xml. Namely, the first one is what? Yes, namely, the first one is called servlet name, which must be unique. The second one is what? The second one is called URL pattern, which must again be unique. And the third one is what? The third one is called fully qualified class name. And guys, this is what you people have done in each and every code of servlets practically in web.xml. Am I right? Hello guys, please respond. Yes, super. So now, the next question for all of you people is this. By default, is a servlet single-threaded or multi-threaded? Quickly answer, guys. By default, is servlet single-threaded or multi-threaded? Yes, exactly. By default, servlet is always multi-threaded. So guys, now please tell me, but can we make it as single-threaded? Yes, absolutely, boss. By default, servlet is always multi-threaded, but it can be made as a single-threaded in how many ways? Super. It is in two different ways. I want everyone to please answer, guys. In how many ways means? It is in two different ways. Namely, what is the first way? Yes, namely, the first way is that by writing a servlet class, by writing a servlet class which implements a marker interface, by name called single threaded model. By name called what? Single threaded model, where the single threaded model is what? Exactly, guys, where the single threaded model is a deprecated interface. Means what? Outdated. Means what? Outdated. Then what is the second way to make a servlet as single threaded? Means the second way in which we can make a servlet as single threaded is by making the service method as synchronized. Correct? Right, guys? Okay, super good. Okay, so guys, now the next question for all of you people is very simple. That is, how do we define UI or form data? Means, what is your answer? Tell me, guys. Please tell me quickly. How do we define UI or form data? Means, what is your answer? Yes, the data which is entered by the end user, the data which is entered by the end user on a form page, and is submitted to the server, and is submitted to the server, and is submitted to the server in the form of what? Yes, and submitted to the server in the form of key and value pair. In the form of key and value pair is known as UI or form data. Is known as what? UI or form data. Correct? Super. So guys, now the next question for all of you people is that which method is used to fetch the UI or form data? Please tell me, guys. Most important interview question for all of you people. That is, which method is used to fetch the UI or form data? Means, what is your answer? Yes, very good, guys. Which method is used to fetch the UI or form data? Means it is your get parameter method. Get parameter method. So, guys, how do we explain this get parameter method? Yes, so now how do we explain this get parameter method? Means, yes, in this method, the key is taken as what? Yes, so in this method, the key is taken as an argument. The key is taken as an argument. So guys, now please tell me, if the key is present, then the method returns what? Yes, so if the key is present, then the method returns associated value. Then the method returns associated value. Instead, if the key is not present, if the key is not present, then the method returns what? Exactly, guys. Instead,